the concept of artificial intelligence was invented in the mid-1950s. And it isn't until 70 years later that we really start to see examples of the artificial intelligence that was imagined 70 years ago. And the question is, what was lacking in the technology and the environment that prevented a real artificial intelligence from being demonstrated for 70 years, despite a great deal of effort? And I think there are three impediments we can identify. And thinking about them, I think, is helpful for understanding the fourth, which is the focus of my research. The first was we didn't have sufficient computing power. Turns out that large language models require real heavy metal. The second thing was we didn't have access to accessible large language databases in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s. We didn't have what is available now, largely based on the internet, but from other sources as well. And the third was we didn't have a set of mathematical tools that make sense of parameterized prediction models that have 175 billion parameters. I mean, we just didn't have, and the notion of layered neural nets and the last 20 years of research has developed probably about a dozen mathematical models that help us make sense. So the math, the data, and the computer power together generated what we're at the current level. And somehow what that's missing is the next step. I think that the next challenge is going to be what is going to be the interface between real working humans and the capacity of these technologies to better understand the environment and provide advice on our environment to us as we systematically misperceive the environment. So if you say evolutionary intelligence, what's the key idea? The key idea is that these technologies can be compensatory, can compensate for the relatively well understood limitations of the human cognitive system and the built-in biases of the human cognitive system. What was beneficial for survival when we had clubs and maybe stones as resources for us in the grasslands and the jungles may not be the same that will serve us well in the modern environment.